Doug Deloney retweeting here.
So here's the thing.
Help your fellow Houstonians. Baby, these are the basics that are needed. Baby formula, dry clothes, dog food. Needed at the GRB now. This is because this has become the shelter of last resort, and it is going to be a huge area where thousands of people are going who have been flooded out of their homes.
Well, I'm glad to see that the GRB is actually open. That means it's not flooded. Yeah. And that's good that there's places downtown you can actually get to.
Well, and that's, a lot of people wonder how they can help. And that's one way you can do it. If you don't have a boat, a lot of people you're not one of those types who are going to get out there actually in the water and do that. You can drop off supplies at the GRB.
Governor Abbott chiming in with a tweet here. We'll tour the Coastal Bend region tomorrow. Details from our office coming soon. So Governor Abbott's coming. And really, this is just the beginning. Resources from across the country are going to be pouring here. This is a national story. A natural disaster. Okay.
54 counties now is the total for disaster declarations. I've seen the president tweeting about this today, too. Yeah. FEMA's involved in a big way, and he is promising all the resources Texans need from the federal government side to get us through this storm.
Meteorologist Colleen Coyle with our sister station WFAA is up there where we've got some flooding near. Are you still near Bush or Little, Colleen, or have you guys moved?
Yes, we are still in Humble, Texas, in that same spot. You saw that live rescue just moments ago, bringing you another live picture from this area that is just getting very eerie. As the sun is setting, it is even harder to see these floodwaters. And I want my photographer boss to follow me over here. We've been speaking to a lot of people, as I heard you guys mention, ways you can help. And there's many ways monetarily, also aid. And then some folks are just bringing their own belongings, their own boats out here to try to help. And now that dusk is falling, Russ and Darby, I know you mentioned earlier, these roads here are not blocked by any policemen. No one has these roads blocked off right here. We are right by Will Clayton Parkway and I-69 here, and so this makes it very dangerous because many individuals have tried to exit this ramp, and earlier we saw that live rescue. William, can I call you over here real quick? This is William Bell. How long have you been living in the Houston area?
I don't. I live in Palestine, Texas.
Palestine, Texas. So did you drive down here to help?
Yes, we did.
Wow. So I'm from Dallas. I know where Palestine is. It's on our weather maps here. So what has the day been like so far?
Well, we were having a hard time getting out here to find a place to get put the boat in. We've boated around a whole bunch. We're in a hotel-like area, so we're seeing a lot of people stranded in hotels, but nobody really needed to leave. So we're just looking for individuals stuck in cars, and we've got a couple out of cars, and but we're just down here to see what we can do and get what we can get done.
So I know in North Texas and also in Palestine where you live, I mean, we see flooding from time to time. What kind of scale is this to you? Have you seen anything of this sort?
Not quite this bad, but it looks like it's pockets right now. You can go so far and you got to stop. You can go the other way so far, you got to stop. But we haven't got down where it's real bad yet. We just kind of stopped here. We saw the water was deep enough to put the boats in, and we just went from there.
You're in a good spot, though. I mean, just moments ago, we had folks rescuing a man out of a truck that had tried to drive through, and then we had other cars getting stuck, so still in a good spot. Any advice you'd have? Everyone's watching here in the Houston area. This is KHOU. We're now back on the air. They evacuated their building, now back on. Any advice for anyone that has a boat? I know dusk is falling right now, and it may be hard to maneuver these boats in these floodwaters.
Well, there's lots of obstacles, cars, fire hydrants, electrical boxes. You just kind of go slow. We got big lights. We're on our duck boats and all that, so we can see where we're going. But like I said, it's just got to go slow and just be careful.
You guys staying down here for a couple days?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, we thank you so much. Thank you, William, for talking to me. Yes, and thank you so much for your service today. Thank you to your friend as well. Russ and Darby, this is a scene that we have seen much too frequently. I talked to them earlier before you guys came to me live, asking them exactly what their plans were for the night, and they said they're just hanging tight, as you heard William mention, trying to help anyone in need. Hopefully, they won't need to. We urge everyone in the Houston area, surrounding areas that are watching right now, to stay off the roadways. That is 69 that you're seeing above right now. We have about 10 feet of water just hitting that flood stage here of Garner's Bayou, and they're off. Very dangerous situation here as night falls. So again, urging everyone to be careful whether you are out and driving, which really don't tonight, or if you're trying to help. I know we have a lot of good Samaritans that are helping, but we also don't want them to be in danger too. So I'll toss it back to you guys in the studio right now. We'll be staying here in Humble, Texas, watching what's going on here. And of course, rain has come again in our area, and I know more bands of it coming, so this event is far from over.
My wife said they lost it, so we must be down.
Okay, Colleen, thank you. I'm not sure if we're still on the air or not. We're going to keep going as if we are. We are temporarily set up here at the University of Houston at KUHT, and you're watching KHOU here on a Sunday night as we approach 8 o'clock here. Go ahead. Should we go to Josh Chapin?
Let's see if we can get Josh up.
We're going to go from north to south. He's down in Dickinson. Josh, you have something going on down there?
Yeah, Russ, we are here. We just walked up from the last time we spoke with you, just up the way on 45 North. We're here with a number of different authorities, the Galveston Police Department, the Galveston County Sheriff's Office, Texas Parks and Wildlife. You see a number of different agencies, law enforcement officers that are out here. In fact, we were just told a moment ago that they are ceasing operations with these boats. They were planning to cease operations at nightfall, which it pretty much is, but the main reason they're actually doing this is because, according to the Galveston Police Department, a deputy actually wrecked one of these boats, and 2 of them got hurt in the process. We also know that 2 of those deputies need to be taken, they need to be airlifted to the hospital. So, you know, it is dangerous out there. They said there's still citizens out there that need to be rescued, but there are no governmental agencies that are going to be going out.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Well, welcome, I think, to Live with a Shaman here on our weekly night broadcast. I'm speechless. We've been watching this since Friday. I'm going to go ahead and exit these so that I can free up some bandwidth there. I mean, I had 3 at one time, 6 full streaming videos going from multiple different channels. Hey, Michelle and Jennifer. Don't look to see Clint or Cindy with us tonight. Clint has been posting on his website. The water's getting dangerously close to his apartment. We have not, however, heard anything from Cindy. She's down in the Beaumont area. Yeah. So I changed the topic tonight in case you didn't notice. Changed it to open topic. We may not be online long. In fact, this broadcast may not even be worth watching later because I don't know that we're going to learn a whole lot tonight. I see. There's Justin. What the hell? Look at there. But yeah, we have several of our family down south. Like I say, we've heard from Clint. They're doing okay as of last Facebook post. I will tell you this, though. Those of you up north or around the DFW area that watch our broadcast here, if you're trying to get in touch with family down south, you almost will not be able to do it. My sister has been posting on the internet. She lives down close to, I think, the Hempstead area. The only thing she has is Facebook post and occasional internet through her phone. It seems that most of the cell phone towers, GSM and voice systems are down in most of your southern regions. Surprise, surprise. Houston and the surrounding areas are getting hammered. As I'm sure you know, I'm definitely not a newscaster, as it were. But I will tell you this, I grew up in Hurricane Alley. I grew up pretty much every place between, Houston, just west of Houston in a place called Spring Branch, all the way east of Houston to Beaumont. That stretch is pretty much where I lived up until we moved up here in '08, other than the short period of time I lived in Scotland. So, but I mean, we weathered many hurricanes. Hurricanes, tornadoes, storms, floods, excessive weather, electrical storms that were so full of electromagnetism that you seriously had to shut off all digital devices. So I mean, the southern regions are not new to storms, as it were. The area is flat. It really has nothing to break up the storm. So, I mean, it's kind of crazy, really. Like I say, I grew up in the area. The last hurricane that actually flattened what was left of our 5.5 acres is what kicked us up here where we're at now in the DFW area. We've been up here since '08. So, what can the pagan community do to help? Well, I was asked multiple times off and on throughout the day, what can the pagan community do to help the people down south? Keep an eye on people's Facebook pages. If someone you want to help, ask them if they have a PayPal account, what their email is for their PayPal account. You can help them there. If you don't have a nickel or a dollar to drop in the kitty, then by all means light candles for the protection of the south central coast now, because this stupid ass storm is supposed to cut back out to the Gulf, rebuild, and shoot right straight through downtown Houston. Danae, good to see you. Sean, holy shit, I'm surprised to see you, bro. Sean lives down in the southern region, real close to Beaumont, so he's probably not getting hammered all that hard yet. Sean, what you got going on down there, dude? I mean, if you can type it in the screen. Danae says, my cousins are in Houston. They were evacuated tonight. Hopefully they have someplace safe to go for sure. We are real worried about our families down south, and not just the pagan community, though there is a shitload. Holy cow, there's Cindy. Cindy, Sean, both of you, I am surprised to see you here this evening. Post in the chat area, if you can, how it's going down there. Cindy is around the Beaumont area. Sean is around the Beaumont area. Sean says, raining like a motherfucker. Tornado warnings till 2 a.m. Yeah. Yeah. Beam me up, Scotty. Danae says, I wish I could beam them to Nebraska. So worried. Prayers out to all. Absolutely. Light them candles. If you got white or clear candles, of course, I'm coming at you as a shaman. Shamans don't use colored candles. Not that we're prejudiced. We just don't use colored candles. Sorry. Most definitely. Light them clear and white candles for the protection of the southern regions. Cindy says, I can only type with one hand and swim. What the hell are you doing swimming, woman? I started to say something extremely tacky, but I'll be nice for a minute. Don't tell nobody. I'm really excited, though, to see Sean and Cindy on. I wish I could hear from Clint, see how he's doing. I was telling people earlier, though, Sean, Cindy, I don't know if you know this, but there have been multitudes of reports of cellular service not working. So if you're trying to call out or expecting calls in, it may not happen. Cell phone towers are down and flooded all in that area. Cindy says, "Oh, come on, tell me. Stress relief," she says. Sean, you full of shit on this one, bruh. Weather ain't scared of nobody, Sean says. I'm Shaman. Weather's afraid of me. Dylan, bruh. Hell yeah. Next thing we know, Sean will be hollering, I was joking. Really? Mother Nature gonna kick his ass. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I did change the topic of the broadcast tonight to open topic. There's just way too much going on with the hurricane to try to keep a constant thought or meditative thought on any kind of serious topic. Biggest thing I wanted to do is jump on here and see how people are doing. You know. Yeah, Cindy says Clint's worried the water's about a foot from his door. Says she talked to him about 20 minutes ago. Sean says, we will survive. Hell yeah, we will survive. Y'all will survive. Sean and Cindy can tell you about our last hurricane, not Hurricane Ike, because my ass wasn't there. But Hurricane Alicia. It was a bad bitch, let me tell you. I think Sean was one of the ones that actually wasn't on property that night. But we had damn near 30 people on 5.5 acres the night Alicia came through the south. Tore up some shit now, let me tell you. MLK near Lamar, 30-foot underpass are under 35 foot, over 35 foot deep. Skinny dipping anybody? Okay, so I know, like I said, I know that I've been asked by several people in the pagan community, pagan leaders and what have you, what can we do? Well, if you know somebody that's in dire straits and they have a PayPal account, you can ask them for their email address that's registered with their PayPal account. You can donate there. Also, like I said, if you don't have a penny for the kitty, then light them candles and send that energy to the southern folk, because this damn thing, like I say, is supposed to make a U-turn, take its ass back out to the Gulf, and slam into the Houston-Galveston coast again. That's supposed to be midweek, or at least that is the that's the report right now. Let's see. Sean says, our spirit will hold the wolves at bay. I've been in combat for the last several nights in my travels. Rode a tornado back last night. God damn you go, bruh. And he says we're expecting another 4 inches a day. Sweetheart, it's been doing over 4 inches an hour all day long. I haven't actually seen what the report is expecting this evening. hopefully it'll die down a bit and let some of this shit run off. So yes, we are live with the Shaman here on this broadcast Sunday evening. Kind of reminds me of the song "The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia." Boy, am I showing my age. Houston and the southern coast is getting their ass handed to them, and our thoughts and prayers are with them. I've been watching the live feed most all day long, and a number of people are out of homes. Sean wants to know what fun topic we can get into. I don't know. Hell, I've been too busy worrying about everybody today down there that there's no way I can get down there to help. I wouldn't be any good if I was there. I don't know. What do we want to talk about? Oh, I have a giggle for you. Now, anybody that knows me knows I'm not, well, okay, drum and sex, yeah, I like that, or sex and drum, or sex while drumming, or drumming during sex. I don't care. I'm equal opportunity one way or the other myself. It's all pounding the skin, you know what I mean? So, anyway, yeah, because of electrical issues, I've had to shut down my entire office with the exception of my work PC and my personal PC. Everything else is shut down. The Plex server, well, the security server has to run because that takes the videos. So the rest of the office though is shut down. All the other servers, data centers, Plex streaming server, everything is shut down. Air conditioner shut down. It's a hot sumbitch in this office, I'll tell you. So, okay, here's a question. How do you handle catastrophes as shaman? I say that again. As shaman, how do you handle catastrophes and emergencies such as what's going on right now in the South? I can tell you the way I handle emergencies and catastrophes. I mean, I get extremely focused. I reach out to spirit guide and counsel and say, okay, let's go, let's lock and load, and let's do this shit. Let's do what needs to be done. Family needs to be taken care of. We take care of family. Michelle says she keeps getting kicked out. Well, we know how she handles a catastrophe. She gets kicked out. That's gotta suck. So how do you handle catastrophes? Cindy says ground a lot. I'm still steady and to the guide. I think she's trying to say that she relies on the guidance of the guides to get her through the catastrophe. And in Pop Jamie, Jamie's from up north. We don't have to worry about her. Well, actually, she lived quite a while down south, so she is very aware of some of the storms that can take place down in the southern region. Well, Jamie jumps up and says, "Did I hear sex?" Damn if that ain't a quick way to get people in the channel here on Live with the Shaman. Start talking about sex and they come out of the freaking woodwork, man, let me tell you. Cindy says, always sex. Whoop. Alright, Clint just replied to his post. I am going to jump over there real quick. I'm going to jump over there real quick and read his post. Let's see. I think I'm going to jump over and read his post if I can get my damn computer to work right. Okay. Clint is talking about just basic conversation about the low area and the apartments. So I will definitely try to keep an eye on his post. Sean says, I rely on my common sense. Well, unfortunately, common sense isn't very common these days. But we know this. My daughter had a lesson in common sense this weekend. She let her mockingbird mouth overload her hummingbird ass and decided she wanted to refuse to do her chores. So she ended up lost her phone for the weekend, grounded for the weekend, and I decided Saturday to show her the correct way to do her chores. And so she got started on the kitchen and the dining room. They're not that big. Took her over 6 hours to clean, to my specifications, the kitchen and the dining room. So I'm sitting there trying to figure out why it takes anybody 6 hours to correctly clean, sweep, and mop a kitchen and a living room. And these things are small. Our house is a little bigger than, what, 1,300, 1,400 square foot? Yeah, little bitty. Itty bitty. So after she was done, I challenged her to a contest. And I told her that on a normal day dishes, which is what she had, I can do the kitchen completely and sweep the floors, clean the stove and the sink, as well as unload and load the dishwasher in 20 minutes. I posted this on Facebook. but it's more fun to hear the story. After everything was done cooking and we ate dinner, took our time, I got up there and I set the timer on my happy little cell phone and I proceeded to clean the kitchen and the dining room and the counters, the sink, the stove, and do the hand wash dishes that can't go into the dishwasher. By the time I was completely done, I still had 2 minutes left and I wasn't breathing hard. And I stood there and looked at her. I said, next. Her mouth was a total agape. Lester from Louisiana. Holy shit, a blast from the past. Dude, how is the weather in Louisiana? I would imagine y'all aren't quite as bad as other folk a little further west. Damn. Danae says it takes my boys that long to do the dishes. There's 4 of them. That's why it takes them that long to do the dishes, Danae. You got 4 boys in a little bitty space. That ain't gonna work. If it's me, I had 4 boys, because I raised 3 boys. 3 boys. I would have 1 do the kitchen one night, 1 do the kitchen the next night, and 1 do the kitchen the next night, and just rotate that shit out. That way you don't have 4 boys in there fighting over who's doing the kitchen. Lester says, I ask, how's it going in Louisiana? He says, wet. Sometimes his wisdom just blows me away. Lester says it's wet in Louisiana. No shit. Danae says, yep, they fight about it, but they take turns. You mean they take turns fighting? Lester says about 2 to 3 inches today. That ain't bad considering, bro. Yeah. Clint is battling to keep water out of his house right now. Yeah. Still more to come, absolutely. If this hurricane does what they say it's gonna do and turns around and goes back out to the Gulf and comes in and slams Houston dead on, everything east of Houston is going to get shit-faced, I'll tell you. Tell you that real quick. But then you know that. So, what the hell? I got all kinds of binging and bonging going on over here. WW commented. I thought I saw somebody tag me in a post. Ding ding. Oh, somebody tagged me in a, yeah. Yes, I saw that earlier. Jennifer posted and tagged quite a few of us about the HEB trucks and HEB wagons that are all loaded up and parked on the side of the freeway. That's HEB does have a habit of coming into storm-ravaged areas, though, and helping people that are in need of help. Oh yeah, Florida gets their ass handed to them all the time. Of course, I mean, they got this sticking out in the Gulf. You got the Gulf on one side, and I think it's the Atlantic on the other, right? I sucked in geology. But, I mean, yeah, so Sean says Astral Combat and the burning. Well, we already talked about the burning. Astral Combat would be a good topic. I'll have to remember that, or you'll have to remind me or something. Astral Combat, though, I would actually like to do a entire series on the astral. You can't cover everything there is in the astral in one segment. You just can't do it. So that's a damn good idea, Sean. What I may do is start next week with an entire series on the astral. I think that'll be really good. Yeah, finding your wings. You know, there are boatloads of different topics we can discuss in the astral. And I think that's a real good idea. In fact, I will do that. Thank you very much for that idea. Absolutely. Astral travel is a blast. It really is. Some people do it automatically. Some people try. The harder you try, the least you achieve. Astral is done in a form of meditation. And of course, we'll cover all of this in the series, blah, blah, blah. But I will tell you, the more you try, the harder you try, the less you will succeed when it comes to meditating and accessing the astral. Absolutely. So, gang, to be honest with you, don't know where to go from here for a topic. I mean, I really don't. I wanted to check on everybody. See how you were doing, see what was going on out there, and kind of get a an idea of how everybody's spirit is hanging in there. I'll definitely be keeping an eye on your post. And for those watching the pre-recorded broadcast later, keep an eye out next week. Sean has given me some really good ideas. Seeing and controlling your insight. Yep, that's some real good topics. Dude, you're going to have to PM these damn things to me because I can't remember them. But we will start next week here on Live with the Shaman an entire series of astral, different astral adventures, astral travel, how to achieve it, how do you know you've done it, have you ever even done it, was it automatic, was it something that you meant to do. So for now, I think I'm going to bugger off, go in, watch some more news, see what's going on, keep an eye on Facebook. Hopefully family can check in as they can. And dude, man, no kidding, get them candles lit for people down south. You guys that are down south, hang on to it, man. Keep us posted on how you're doing. Let us know what's going on. And we sure as hell hope you guys are going to be safe that way, right? Yeah, Lester says we're getting old, we can't remember. Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, Michelle's working on her assignment. The rest of us are just kind of taking it as we can. So, hey, look, everybody have a good week. Keep me in the loop if you can, if at all possible. Let us know how you're doing. I know that there's a shitload going on down there, and the last thing you're probably thinking about is posting in Facebook going, hey, I'm alive, I think. So, take care of yourself. You guys know that you're loved. We're thinking about you. We'll see you next week here on Live with the Shaman. Thanks for watching.